continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Daily COVID-19 cases continue to decline on Monday as the Health Department reports 14,500 new infections. Active cases are now down to 190,800 with a total caseload of 3.56 million. 112 people died of the virus overnight, bringing the death toll to 54,000. Meanwhile, total recoveries are at 3.31 million after 26,500 new survivors in the last 24 hours. The positivity rate also continues to decline and is currently at 28.4% out of the 52,000 tests included in today's bulletin. And the OCTA Research Group sees COVID-19 case trends at a standstill. Research fellow Guido David said in a tweet that the country has yet to see any significant movement in either direction in terms of caseload. However, David noted that cases continue to decline in Calabarzon and Central Luzon. Meanwhile, today's tally of new cases falls within OCTA's projection of 13,000 to 17,000 fresh infections. Experts are now studying two Omicron sister variants. Johns Hopkins' Andrew Picosi tells us what this could mean for the world's fight against coronavirus. Let's watch this.
I usually don't like to be the messenger telling people that there are new variants either, but the virus is sort of doing its own thing out there and evolving as we expected. So Omicron has I've heard it called a sister virus. It's called technically BA2, whereas Omicron that we've been struggling with is called BA1. It's different enough from the original Omicron so that we are a little bit worried about how well immunity cross-reacts to that virus, and it's certainly starting to spread now in the wake of that first Omicron going through the population. So all signs point that vaccine should work just as well against it. But again, it is increasing in numbers, so we're trying to monitor what disease severity will be and all those other factors to really get a sense of how much of an impact it might have.
Andy, where are the variants coming from? And I ask this meaning, what areas have the level of lack of immunity and also the level of transmission that would possibly lead to some of these variants?
Well, there are three variants that we call Omicron right now, all of which seem to have evolved around the same time in some part of southern Africa and all emerged around the same time. We saw one sweep through the world. We're seeing a second one coming through right now. So these Omicron variants all came up at the same time. What we're seeing, though, is, as expected, as this virus moves through the population, if it picks up a mutation that makes it a little bit better to infect or makes it a little bit more easier to infect vaccinated people, that virus will become the dominant virus eventually. And so we're seeing some of that right now. We have to remember there have been an amazingly large number of cases, and more cases equals more mutations equals more variants. So we're seeing some of the fallout from those huge numbers of cases in terms of new variants emerging and starting to spread.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. A congressional panel recommends the filing of syndicated estafa charges against Pharmally executives over their role in the questionable procurement of pandemic supplies. The House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability wants charges filed against Huang Ziyan, siblings Mohit and Twinkle Dargani, Lincoln Ong, and Crizel Grace Mago. The committee also recommended to abolish the Budget Department's Procurement Service Office. And Pagasa says the country will continue to experience La Nina or above average rainfall in the next 3 months. However, the Weather Bureau noted that some areas can still experience below normal rainfall during the same period. These areas are the Ilocos region, the Cordilleras, a portion of Central Luzon, Occidental Mindoro, and Palawan. Music streaming giant Spotify will be adding a content advisory on any podcast discussing COVID-19. This is after singers and songwriters Neil Young and Joni Mitchell announced that they will be removing their music from Spotify after misinformation about vaccines were reported on the platform. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.